Prior to being born, we encounter what I like to call the 2-to-1 pain ratio, when the mother, and this is found in the esteemed Edward Bynum's Dreamline of Families, where he discusses how our experiences prior to being born and our connection to our mothers really sets the tone for not only our emotional and psychological profile, but the dreams that we have subsequently throughout the rest of our lives. And we start off in the womb in a very peaceful environment. We experience moments of bliss and also moments of discomfort. But things take a dramatic turn when when it's time for us to arrive, contractions start to occur, and we experience a psychological disruption where we feel pain. We see visions of associated with hell, or visions associated with suffering as we are being born. Then it gets even worse. As the contractions intensify, we experience pain that Edward Bynum notes is on a cosmic scale, pain that even in our waking state now, we more than likely couldn't fathom. But something happens after we go through these two phases. When we're born, we experience bliss. We see visions of freedom, visions of light, and visions of a transition. We feel free. We feel gratified. We have traversed two stark phases of pain and challenge, and then we arrive at the bliss. Often life aligns itself with this 2-to-1 ratio, in that before things get better, oftentimes they get a bit worse, and then a bit worse thereafter. But I want to encourage you today to keep going, because beyond the 2-to-1 ratio, after we go through the two phases of pain, or whatever number of phases of pain there's always that one landing point, that one point where we're reborn, that one point where we arrive at our destination, that one point where we're better. And it takes time, it takes suffering, it takes rescinding within yourself or accepting within yourself that, yeah, for this moment in my life, it's going to be painful. In this moment in my life, I'm not going to be able to make it on my own. In this moment in my life, I'm going to have to pray a little bit more. In this moment in my life, I'm going to have to read a bit more. I'm going to have to listen to a bit more music. I'm going to have to drink some more coffee. I'm going to have to get comfortable with being in pain. Who are we to think that this 2-to-1 ratio that we experience even before being born would avoid us throughout our lives? We're going to encounter challenge. And then the challenge, oftentimes it could double and it could quadruple. But remember, on the other side of that challenge, on the other side of that pain, is always the light. Those visions, those expressions of transcendence that we experienced when we were born are always on the other side of challenge. Challenge is an intimate part of our nature, an intimate part of our psychological profile, an intimate part of who we are. So embrace challenge. Embrace it in the moment. Extrapolate whatever lessons are there and prepare yourself for that brighter tomorrow, because much is required when we are born, as we know. We're required to grow, we're required to learn, we're required to accomplish whatever divine calling is placed upon our existence after we're born. So don't think that bliss is just to sit around being lazy. No, bliss is for you to contemplate. Bliss is for you to experience the blessings after the curse. Remember, the 2-to-1 ratio, or the 2-to-1 pain ratio, does not last forever. You can keep going.